Assalamualaikum to Puan Zuraini. Today we are going to present about topic 4 engineering management in society. And this is our group members. Assalamualaikum, hello everyone. My name is Islah Haris bin Muhammad Nur Azmi and my metric number is 01 DKM20F1095. Management, a set of activities including planning and decision making, organizing, leading and control, directed at an organization's resources like human, financial, physical and informational, with the aim of achieving organizational goals in an efficient and effective manner. Engineering, the profession in which a knowledge of the mathematical and natural science gained by study, experience, and practice is applied with judgment to develop ways to utilize economically the materials and forces of nature for the benefit of mankind. Management, each item designed by man needs observation and non-stop upkeep to guarantee performance in its purpose work. Since systems, equipment and services function in an engineering domain and they are told to change with man's typically presents, it is central to prepare people and the context to support rapid inspections and repairs. The professional engineering career has changed over the past few years. Technical engineers are not in a sole duty of support only. Engineering, as defined by Lamb 2013, engineering is an art that applies logical information to the fields of material science, materials, arithmetic, and rational to oversee real business issues. Engineers utilize the results they obtain in the investigation of logical and numerical principles to fabricate, outline, and form concrete answers to issues. According to the Engineering Council of South Africa, engineering is the art of science, designing, science and innovation concerned with the arranging of matters of financial significance and thus fundamental to advancing society.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad Luqman bin Abu Hassan. My metric number is 01DKM20F1101. 4.2. Find the relationship of engineering management to the society. First, engineer management is concerned with the design, installation, and improvement of integrated system of people, material, information, equipment, and energy by drawing upon specialized knowledge and skill. Second, scientific discipline which design, implement, and develop model, processes, and system by taking into account the engineering relationship between the management task of planning, organizing, leading, and controlling. Third, engineering management is the fusion of business and engineering principles. Next, by having knowledge of economic and management, they can forecast or can predict the utility, advantage, disadvantage of the product. And the last one is career that bring together the technological problem solving savvy of engineering and the organizational, administrative and planning. 4.2.1. Determine engineering practice in society. The practice of engineering, like the engineering profession, also can be analyzed in culture terms. In an early historical period, When there were many fewer engineers and engineering specialties than there are today, it was not unreasonable to think that all engineers share a single set of professional value and followed careers that conform to a common pattern. But today, this belief in a common culture of practice, while still informing certain aspects of engineering, education and professional organization, does not provide an adequate basic for understanding the actual work experience of contemporary engineers. For well over a century, the growth and diversification of engineering has been driven.
Hello, my name is Muhammad Aizat Iqbal bin Sa'i. My matrix number is 01DKM20F1075 and I will to present about determine engineering responsibility, correlate duties to professional employers and society, and last, classify professional obligation and duties. Determine engineering responsibility. An engineer's duties and responsibility ensure the safety and effectiveness of a process, system or product. Engineers work within a team and must be able to cooperate with other co-workers to ensure the success of a project. Effective communication plays a role between engineers, customers and business. Other engineer responsibilities include make a plan, provide an estimate, create project specification, design experiments, create technical reports, complete document for security, complete project on time and budget, communicate with customers and colleagues. Correlate duties to profession, employers and society. Before I discuss my next topic, allow me to explain the meaning of engineering-related professional work ethic. Engineering is an important and learned profession. As members of this profession, engineers are expected to exhibit the highest standard of honesty and integrity. Engineering has a direct and vital impact on the quality of life for all people. Accordingly, the services provided by engineers require honesty, impartiality, fairness and equity, and must be dedicated to the protection of the public health, safety and welfare. Engineers must perform under a standard of professional behavior that require adherence to the highest principle of ethical conduct. So, it involves professional work ethic. I will explain the meaning first. Professional work ethic has determined the foundation of relationships between professionals with society, employers, clients and colleagues. Work ethics is created to control professional behavior. To achieve this goal, professional work ethic plays a very important role in making society ethical and successful. Therefore, other factors such as necessity of life, value of life, law enforcement, religious education, work culture. Professional work ethic is still important and has its own role to control the behavior of professionals. Engineers in the fulfillment of their professional duties shall first hold paramount the safety, health and welfare of the public. Second, perform services only in areas of their competence. Third, issue public statements only in an objective and truthful manner. Next, act for each employer or client as faithful agents or trustees. Then, avoid deceptive acts. And lastly, conduct themselves honorably, responsibly, ethically and lawfully so as to enhance to honor, reputation and usefulness of the profession. Classify professional obligations and duties. So I will discuss each one point with two examples. First, engineers should guided with the highest standard of honesty and integrity. For example, engineers should admit their mistakes and will not distort or change facts. Next, engineers should advising clients when they believe a project will not succeed. Second point, engineers should at all times strive to serve. For example, engineers are encouraged to participate in civic affairs, career guidance for youth, and work for the advancement of the safety, health, and well-being of their communities. Next, engineers encouraged to expand public knowledge and appreciate engineering and its achievements. Third point, engineers should avoid all behavior that deceive the public. For example, engineers should refrain from using statements that contain material misstatement of facts. Next, in line with the above, engineers may advertise for staff recruitment. Fourth point, engineers shall not disclose without the consent information of business affairs, of technical process of any existing customer or employer. For example, engineers shall not, without the consent of all interested parties, promote or arrange new employment or practices related to a specific project for which the engineer has acquired specialized knowledge. Next, engineers shall not, without the consent of all interested parties, participate in representing the interests of the adversary in relation to certain projects or proceeding in which the engineer has acquired specialized knowledge on behalf of a former customer or employer. Fifth point, engineers shall not be influenced in their professional duties by conflicting interests. For example, engineers must not accept financials or other considerations including free engineering design for material suppliers. Next, engineers shall not receive commissions directly or indirectly from other parties dealing with customers or employers of engineers in respect of work. Sixth point, engineers should not try to get professional involvement by criticizing other engineers untruthfully. For example, engineers may not solicit, recommend or accept commissions on a contingent basis in circumstances where their judgment may be affected. Next, engineers in salaried position should accept part-time engineering work only to the extent that it is consistent with the employer's policy and in accordance with ethical considerations. 7 point, engineers must not attempt to malicious directly or indirectly the professional reputation, prospects, practices or occupation of other engineers. Engineers who believe others are guilty of unethical practices should submit such information to the appropriate authorities for action. For example, engineers in government, industrial or educational occupation have the right to review and evaluate the work of other engineers when required by their job duties. Next, engineers in sales or industrial workers have the right to make engineering comparison of the products represented with the product or other suppliers. 8th point, engineers shall accept personal responsibility for their professional activities, provided, however, that engineers may seek compensation for services arising from their practice other than gross negligence, in which case the interests of the engineer cannot be otherwise protected. For example, engineers must comply with state registration laws in engineering practice. Then, engineers must not use association with non-engineers or partnership as a cloak for unethical actions. And the last point, engineers shall give the credit for engineering work to those to whom credit is given and shall recognize the proprietary interests of others. For example, engineers shall, when possible, name persons who may be individually responsible for the design, invention, writing or other accomplishment. And next, the engineer using The design supplied by the customer is aware that the design remains the property of the customer and may not be duplicated by the engineer for others without express permissions. The conclusion from all that I have discussed in that displays an important role as an engineer because it is relevant and involves the community, employers and others for the success of a job successfully and safety. Yes, the point is every job or task entrusted plays an important role for an engineer. So that's all for me. Thank you.
Hello, Assalamualaikum. My name is Ahmad Syamin bin Ismail. My number matric 01DKM20F1097. I want to presentation Engineering Society. Classify below and standard in engineering practice, laws and regulation governing the engineering profession in Malaysia headings. The Registration of Engineers Act 1967 revised 2015. 2. The Registration of Engineers Regulation 1990 revised 2015, particularly on the following items: the procedural and legal aspect of the letter of release in case of termination of professional service, professional conduct. Classify below and standard in engineering practice. 2. Engineering responsibility to society and to the public. First, enhance introductory knowledge on the following areas: common laws as practiced in Malaysia, awareness of the professional design liability for his work relating to the following: risk and factor of safety and code of practice, Limitation Act. Determine legal and regulation obligation for public safety, workplace safety and protection of the environment. First, maintain safe and healthy working conditions are required by government regulation and also make some for business economic reason. 2. There are plenty of good reasons why any business would want to maintain a safe workplace, other than the basic human desire to avoid pain and suffering. Workplace accident can destroy your business. Determine legal and regulatory obligation for public safety, workplace safety and protection of the environment. The Occupational Safety and Health Act (OSHA). Your legal obligation to provide a safe work environment for your employees arises primarily from a federal law known as the Occupational Safety and Act (OSHA Act). OSHA has enacted in 1970 to address the uneven patchwork of state law regarding workplace safety and to respond to the growing numbers